So this morning I had a class, and after the class, one of the students she called me and she told me that she's having a lot of difficulty staying focused, motivated, and consistent in the French language. Even though she knows that it's very important for her PR, she just can't stay focused. Now, the challenge that she's facing, this challenge that you cannot stay focused or motivated for the language, a lot of the students, the international students who are working full time, they face this problem as well. Another problem that they face is they don't know how to manage work and study at the same time. So the study plan is also usually a mess. So today we're going to talk about these two things, these two elements, and what you can do in order to improve and maximize your chances of success. So the students who are facing difficulty in the motivation, usually I categorize them into two parts. First is what, and the second one is when. Now the what part, this is usually for the students who are not studying with us, who come to us from other place, or who have been trying to study on their own. One of the main reason that they get demotivated or they can't stay focused is because they do not know what to do. So to them, I will usually ask, when you think about French, when you think about your goal, your exam, do you know exactly what to do in order to achieve that goal? Do you know exactly what step to take month after month, week after week, day after day that will bring you closer to your goal? And most of the time, these students, they have no idea. They have no exam strategy. So, well, the language is too broad for them to understand all of it, so they don't know what to do, and they try to do a lot of the things, and they do get demotivated. So that's the first thing you have to ask yourself: do you know exactly what to do, and do you know that what you're doing right now, the time that you're spending, is it going to be helpful to you for your exam? Because if you don't believe that, then it will be very difficult for you to stay motivated. So that's the first step. Now the second step is when. This is what I ask to my students in my school, because these students, they already have the strategy. The when part is, I ask them, do you know when are you planning to give the exam, or when is your work permit expiring? And what we have noticed is that, and this is on thousands of students, that most of the students who feel lazy, who don't feel like working hard, they have a lot of time in their hands when it comes to work permit. They have 8 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years, so they can't really stay focused. Now that's the Parkinson's law, that the more time you give your brain to do something, the more time it will take. If you give your brain to do 1 year for something, it will take 1 year. If you give your brain 4 months to do the same thing, your brain will take 4 months. So that's the Parkinson's law. So here you need to know when to give the exam. However, I had this one student, she told me, sir, my exam is next month. My work permit is expiring in 1 month as well. So this is very important for me. I have even taken off from school, from work, and I have the whole day to study. However, whenever I sit to study, I still cannot focus. I don't know what's going on. Now, maybe you guessed it. She said in her own words, she took off from work and she has the whole day to study. So she tells her brain, I have the whole day to study. So when she sits down to study, her brain doesn't want to comply, because the brain thinks I have the whole day. So this is also Parkinson's law, but on a short term. So the strategy that she came up with was, I'm going to study from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 12 p.m., only 2 to 3 hours every day, and then I'm not going to touch French for the whole day. So her brain knew that, okay, I only have 2 hours or 3 hours to study, so she would be very, very focused. She did get the desired results. So these are the first main two reasons. What? Do you know what exactly to do? Are the things clear for you, and do you know that this will bring you closer to your exam, or you're trying to learn everything which has no link with the exam? That's number one. Number two is when. Do you know when do you want to give the exam? If you're telling yourself, I have 6 months, 7 months, that's too long. I tell my students that when you start from the basic, 4 to 5 months, you have to give your exam. And the last thing I would say is that build a habit, a solid habit. So the number three, it would be a solid habit. Now, what do I mean by that? What we have seen, that the students who are the most successful, is not necessarily because they're more intelligent, is that they have a very precise time and they have a very precise place where they're going to study. So they study at the same time, at the same place, and almost for the same duration. Now, if you know someone who take medication, maybe someone takes for diabetes, blood pressure, or thyroid or whatever, but you will notice that the medical professionals, they will always recommend taking the medication at the same time every single day so that your body adapts to it. The same thing goes for the brain. If you study in the evening one day and in the morning the next day, and one day you study in your room, the next day you study in a library, your brain, it's not adapting. It's always into a new environment. So you need to give the familiarity to your brain. You study at the same place, at the same time, for the same duration, and the focus will become automatic for you. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Now, with these type of strategies, we have helped thousands of students to achieve their goals. And if you want to be part of the team as well, you can write us on Instagram or TikTok on Biban Kalon. Thank you so much.